Do birds ever get tired of flying and just build a house like us?
Not quite, Wally, but they do make homes, just not the kind with doors and windows.
Wait, animals make their own homes? Like, they just find a place to live?
Exactly, and different animals live in different places called habitats.
Habitats? Like neighborhoods for animals?
Kind of. Some live in the forest, some in the ocean, and some even in freezing places like the Arctic. Let's learn more about it. Follow us to the Learning Lab. Hey Wally, today we're going on an adventure to learn about different animals' habitats. This is where every animal lives, and it's different for each animal.
Wait. Animals don't just live in houses? They have to find their own homes?
Yes, Wally. Animals live in many different places like forests, deserts, oceans, and even the Arctic. Each habitat gives animals what they need to survive, like food, water, and shelter.
That sounds amazing. Are we going to visit all these places?
Well, not exactly, but I'm going to show you some of the coolest animals' homes from around the world. First up, let's talk about the forest habitat. Forests are filled with trees and plants and many animals that call the forest their home.
Whoa, look at all of the trees. Do the animals live up in the trees?
Some animals do. Animals like birds and monkeys build their homes way up in the trees so that they can stay safe from other animals. And on the ground, you'll find animals like deer and squirrel and even bears.
I bet those animals love the shade. It must be nice and cool in the forest.
Yes, it is. Forests are filled with food like fruits and leaves and berries, so animals have everything they need to thrive. Now let's go into the desert, one of the hottest habitats on Earth. Deserts are very dry and have very little rain, but there are still animals that live there.
Phew, it's so hot. How do animals survive in the desert?
Great question, Wally. Animals in the desert are super smart about finding food and water. So for example, camels can go days without drinking, and lizards hide under rocks to stay cool.
So they've got special tricks to stay cool, like shade and special bodies that help them live in the heat?
Exactly. Even though the desert is really hot, it is full of unique animals that have adapted to the tough environment. Next, let's dive into the ocean habitat. The ocean is full of life and covers most of the Earth.
Whoa, the ocean is so big. Are there big fish like sharks swimming around?
Yep, sharks and dolphins and whales and lots of colorful fish live in the ocean. But not just big animals, there's tons of little tiny creatures too, like jellyfish and plankton that live in the ocean too.
Whoa, so the ocean is like a huge underwater world.
It sure is. The ocean provides food and shelter for animals, and it's an important part of life on Earth. Some animals, like sea turtles, even come to land to lay their eggs. Next, let's visit the Arctic, where it's cold and icy. Animals like polar bears and seals live here. It's one of the coldest habitats on the Earth.
Brr, it's freezing. How do animals live in the cold?
Animals in the Arctic are built to handle the cold. Polar bears have thick fur and fat to keep them warm. Seals have blubber, which is like a thick coat under their skin that helps them stay warm in icy waters.
That sounds like a super cozy coat. So they're all ready to survive the freezing cold?
Exactly. And animals in the Arctic also have to deal with ice and snow, but they have special ways of finding food, like catching fish under the ice. Now, let's visit the jungle. The jungle is a warm, rainy place with lots of trees, vines, and plants. Many animals like monkeys and snakes and colorful birds call this place home.
This place is full of surprises. How do animals move through the jungle?
Great question, Wally. Some animals, like monkeys, swing from tree to tree using their long arms and tails. Birds fly between the trees, and other animals, like snakes, slither on the ground.
Whoa, the jungle sounds like a giant playground for animals.
It really is. The jungle has plenty of food and shelter, so animals are always busy finding new places to live and play. Now let's review what we learned. The forests are full of trees where animals like deer and monkey live. The deserts are hot and dry with animals like camels and lizards. The ocean is a huge underwater world with the whales and fish and jellyfish. The Arctic is cold and icy, home to polar bears and seals. And finally, the jungle is a warm and rainy place with monkeys and snakes and lots of colorful birds.
So animals live in all sorts of places, depending on what they need.
That's right, Wally. Every animal has a special place where it can find food, water, and shelter.
Wow, so animals live in all kinds of different habitats, like forests, oceans, oceans, deserts, and even icy places.
That's right, Wally. And each animal has a special habitat where it can find food and water and shelter and everything else that it needs to survive.
That's so cool. I want to go find a habitat for a raccoon like me. Maybe a cozy tree or a trash can.
Before you do that, why don't we head to the lab and do a fun experiment to learn more about how animals survive in their homes?
An experiment? Awesome.
Let's do it. Follow us to the lab. Welcome to the lab. Today, we're going to do a super fun project. We're making our very own habitat diorama.
A diorama? What's a diorama? Is it something you can eat?
Not exactly, Wally. A diorama is like a little 3D scene that shows a place and the animals that live there. We're going to make a mini habitat inside of a shoebox.
Whoa, so it's like a tiny home for animals? That sounds awesome.
That's right, and you can follow along with us at home. All you need is a shoebox or any small box and some craft supplies. Here I have pipe cleaners, some markers, some pom-poms, some colored pencils, and some paper, along with a little bit of Play-Doh. First, we need to decide what habitat we're going to make. Habitats are places where animals live, like the forest, deserts, or oceans.
Ooh, I like the ocean. So many fish and sea turtles.
That's a great one, but today we're going to be making a forest habitat. Forests are filled with trees and animals like birds, deer, and squirrels. At home, you can choose any habitat you'd like to make. You can make a desert, an ocean, or maybe an Arctic tundra. Now it's time to decorate the inside of our shoebox to look like our habitat. Let's start with the background. I'll be adding some green paper for the forest floor and some brown paper for the tree trunks and some blue paper for the nice sky.
Can you add clouds or a sun too?
Absolutely. I'll glue a yellow paper sun in the corner and maybe draw some clouds up high. Now that we have our details, let's add some animals to our forest. I'm going to be cutting out a squirrel, a deer, and a bird to glue inside. I might even draw a little nest in there.
I once saw a woodpecker in a forest. You could add one of those.
Great idea, Wally. I'll draw one peeking out from behind a tree trunk. And at home, you can cut, draw, or even print animals to match your habitat. Think about what they eat and where they would hide. Now that we've finished drawing our animals, let's add some finishing touches to make it look even more real. I'll be adding some beads. I have both the green and blue and purple beads to represent food, green to represent leaves, and I will be gathering more sticks and leaves from outside to add even more detail.
Whoa, it's like a tiny forest playground. Maybe you should add a little pond with frogs.
Love it. We'll use some blue paper for a pond and draw a frog nearby. Now that my habitat diorama is finished, let's recap what we learned. Today, we learned all about habitats and we made our own mini forest to show where animals live.
And now I know what a diorama is. It's not food, it's a cool science craft.
That's right, Wally. And remember, we can all help protect real habitats by taking care of nature and keeping the earth clean.
Like picking up trash, planting trees, and recycling.
Exactly. Thanks for building a habitat with us today. We'll see you next time for some more science fun.
Bye, everyone. Keep exploring and keep those animal homes happy and safe.
Today, we had so much fun learning about animal habitats, the special places where animals live, find food, and stay safe. Learning about where animals live and how they survive is all part of science, and science is the S in STEM. STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and math. Big words for big thinkers like you. When you wonder how the world works, ask questions, and do cool activities like this one, you're already doing STEM, just like real scientists. This project helps you earn your DAISY STEM Career Exploration Badge. That badge is all about discovering what STEM is, dreaming about what you might want to be when you grow up, and learning how STEM can help people, animals, and the earth. So if you had fun today, guess what? You're already on your way to becoming a STEM superstar. You asked, you explored, and you discovered. Great job, scientists!
I asked a question too. Like, who ate my cookie?
Oh, Wally.